Welcome back to Feelings in Motion, a series of 4 short videos in which I'll be helping you to connect with and better understand some of your difficult feelings. Today I'm talking about sadness and grief. Sadness is a response, conscious or otherwise, to experiencing or witnessing a loss of some kind. This might be something tangible, like the loss of a loved one through death or separation, or something less easy to define, such as lost youth, loss of confidence or self-esteem, or disconnection from a treasured experience or sense of identity. An emotion is never right or wrong, but it can be helpful or unhelpful, and experiencing an emotion doesn't mean that we're powerless to transform it. We can actually choose a preferred way to feel about an event or a situation. We first need to recognize the feeling that we're experiencing. This may sound simple, but we can become conditioned to not recognize our emotional states, perhaps because we're taught that they're not acceptable, or that dissociation from our somatic and emotional experience has just been a learnt way to live in our modern world. We can access the recognition of emotions through our thoughts, our feelings, our bodily sensations, and our behaviors. Each of us tends to have a particular entry point that we access more easily than others. For example, we may not notice sad thoughts or emotions, but we may become aware of feeling physically lethargic or heavy. Or perhaps we notice that we're eating sugary foods when we're not actually hungry, or drinking more alcohol. Noticing and attending to information from these 4 channels is the first step to identifying how an emotion shows up for us. One way that you can develop your skills in identifying your emotional states is to find a few moments each day to simply sit quietly somewhere, close your eyes, and bring your awareness to those 4 channels and ask what information they're providing right now about your emotional state. Once we've identified that we're experiencing sadness, for example, it's important for us to be able to sit with it for long enough to begin to understand what purpose it's serving. When sadness is a secondary response to a primary emotion of anger or fear that we haven't dealt with, it's important to discover this so that we can address what's really at core and get in touch with whatever other emotions might be there. It may also be that our sadness was appropriate and helpful for the context in which it first emerged, but it then became stuck. Sadness is an important part of the grief and loss process, and whilst not specifically referenced in Elisabeth Kübler-Ross's classic grief and loss model, we know it will inevitably be woven through the journey, particularly as we move from depression to acceptance. And being able to take time to sit with it and understand our feelings of sadness is an important part of that grief and loss process. Allowing our sadness to gradually be transformed into acceptance of the change that we faced, or even gratitude for the experience or the time we did have, is an adaptive experience which ultimately leads to personal growth. Now, a skilled trauma-informed counsellor can help guide you to better understand your sadness and grief and know when and how to move on from it, when it's holding you back from living a full life. I'm Chris from A Single Step Counselling and Coaching. Please follow my page, share your comments, and feel free to share this video. I hope you've enjoyed this short series of videos about building your emotional literacy. If you'd like to learn how you can build a happier, richer life by better understanding and managing your emotions, you can visit my website to book a complimentary 30-minute first step conversation with me and find out how I can further support you or your relationship. While you're there, feel free to subscribe to receive complimentary access to my resources page, including a range of valuable tools, worksheets, and these videos. Until then, feel good.